the AFCON tournament and the African players are some of the best you can get anywhere in the world. Ademola Lookman, Victor Osimhen are they world-class players.
Uganda, for example, I got a team on the relegation verge, and we won the league.
A lot of Europeans like to use this term. The African Cup of Nations is a small tournament.
I substitute even the scorer. The people start shouting on me and cursing me.
Which country do you think, based on the level of talent, qualities that is in those countries, you think can get you the fastest result? Have you been satisfied with the level of goalkeeping in this AFCON?
If you want to look to beautiful things, go to opera, to movies. In football, you have to get the point.
If there's anything the first round of AFCON has confirmed, it's that quality reigns supreme. Whether homegrown or foreign, homogeneous or beautifully eclectic, only the finest sides will earn a taste of the next stage of glory. Undoubtedly, the heavyweights have taken over the yard. Morocco, Egypt, South Africa, Cameroon, and Nigeria have all made their intentions known. Nigeria's dominance in the first three games is the closest thing to perfection that we've seen in the tournament. Oh, and who needs the Black Stars when the Lions are roaring, the Eagles are flying, and the Pharaohs are commanding the stage? Anyways, as you know, I never do this alone. I've always got my main man with me. The only man who understands football like Doctor Strange understands the multiverse. Our AFCON inside man, the oracle himself, my man, Edafe EseOghene.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for another moment for us to get in it. This time, I think we're going to school. We need to take our books and notepads and really.
I have
take it
mine.
down. So if you had the,
I have my
if you
own
had there
book and
watching,
pen, my pen and paper, because we're going to take lectures today.
if you're out there watching, I also have mine. I'm ready to be educated, to be taught, to be, explained what is tactical and what is not tactical. All of this talk that we always talk about, low block, high block, pressing and no pressing. We're going to know all that today. So let's get it on.
All right. And today we're joined by someone who brings a different kind of clarity to this tournament. A Romanian football coach, a student of African football, someone who's watched AFCON not as a fan, but as a tactician, a man who understands how African teams are perceived globally and how they actually play. Ladies and gentlemen, help me in welcoming. My daughter calls him human being, but his name is Dorian Marin.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
We've got a great show for you today. My name is Emmanuel Babayaro, but you can call me the Godfather, and you will not be mistaken. What I go? Live from Abuja en route to Morocco. This is special delivery.
As a man who's touched every sands of the planet Earth, from Asia, East Asia, the far-flung parts of the Earth, and to every part of Africa, Egypt, Central Africa, North Africa, Calabar Rivers, everywhere you've been. What was the inspiration that made you say in 1991 you want to go into coaching? I was in JS3 secondary school in 1991. At that time, what made you decide coaching is the thing for me? What was the inspiration?
Okay, so as a former player, you even before finishing to play the game, you like to involve yourself in tactics, in organization, in positioning, and so. And in '89 it was the Romanian Revolution. It was a change of system in my country, and it was like a new era, a new vision for all of us, and the coaching school of Romanian Football Federation was opening new gates for some of us. It was a new system, a new kind of approach. I mean, they start bringing great coaches and great officials, and here I have to mention Rinus Michels, Signor Fino Fini, the director of Coverciano, Andy Roxburgh, and many others. So we got the chance to get, and sorry, don't forget our best coach ever, Mr. Mircea Lucescu. And
Yeah.
we get like, let's call it very fresh information, update information about the game, about the way of approaching the coaching, and it was a real enjoyment, the football school. Okay, when we graduate, I believe that I am the best coach in the world, but soon I found out that I have to clean my mind of many things and to get my own style. I start from the roots, from juniors, which it was fantastic, because if you don't pass the stages, you are, let's say, you are going directly to Ferrari. You are breaking the wall. So you have to get the motorcycle, the bike, motorcycle, then you get to the car and to performance. And it was my chance to pass all the stages.
Coach, let's bring it to the African Cup of Nations, which is our mainstay for this conversation. There are quite a lot of games that I am sure you must have seen as a follower of African football. And I want to say congratulations for what you did with Eritrea, moving Eritrea 56 spots in the FIFA ranking from 177 to 127. It's kind of an
Excuse me, 21.
incredible achievement.
21,
Well,
121.
121, sorry. That's an incredible feat for a team that have, no professional player in their ranks, playing against teams like Kenya, Angola, and the rest of them. I think that you will always look back at that and said, that's one of the greatest move in your coaching career. Sometimes it's not about the trophies won, but it's about the impact made. And I'm sure Eritrea will forever be grateful to you for that. So once again, I
Thank
think
you.
congratulations are in order.
Thank you
Having
so
said
much, sir.
that, yeah, in the past couple of days, there were quite a lot of games. Nigeria played against Uganda. I'm sure you follow the African Cup of Nations as a little birdie told me that a part of you is African. So
It's true,
over the
yeah.
years, yeah, over the years that you spent in Africa. But then there were games like Equatorial Guinea playing against Algeria, Sudan against Burkina Faso, Gabon against Ivory Coast, Mozambique against Cameroon. All of these games were very interesting. I want to know from you, from a technical standpoint. We, the fans or ex-players, kind of like look football from an emotional standpoint. But as a coach, uh, what stood out for you? What did you see in those games that you can, kind of give us a lecture in football, whether it's in the defending, in the offensive play, in the transition, in the movement distribution of the ball? What are those things that you took note of while you were watching those games?
Okay. Thank you so much for your kind words. Yeah, it was Eritrea. It was one of the best times of me in the job, and I would like to say that I've been working with simultaneously with two teams, even under 17 that qualified to the final competition, continental. Yeah, it was something amazing. Even many people were saying that in Eritrea nobody can rise the level of football. But when we approach in a proper way, you can do it. Because, sorry, I want to point some things regarding it. It's my best memory from Africa. Okay, so they were very disciplined. Those people. and they were following 100% the assignment. That was the point that made the difference. And I wish that on the next years, something good will happen in Eritrea to get back to a certain level. Okay, now regarding the matches you mentioned, it was Mozambique, Cameroon. Mozambique 1, Cameroon 2. The system, let's talk a little bit about the system. It was Mozambique 4-2-3-1, which is also my option, usual option. Even many times I changed the system during the game. While Cameroon was playing 1-3-4-1-2, which is a little bit unusual, but you know, the system is just on the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
But the dynamic of the game is moving the players, is creating spaces, is closing spaces. So for me, that is not so significant. Now, regarding the goals, it was the goal of Catano, I think it's called. Number 10 of Mozambique. For me, a great performer, a very, very good player. And it's obvious that the team he played is not getting anyone, Sporting. Then it was a own goal which put Cameroon back in the game. And the goal, the winning of Kofane in minute 54, it was due a silly mistake of a Mozambique defender, who is not allowed to hold the ball in that area. He have to clear it, to play simple, and so. Yeah, as let's call opinion, general opinion, in Mozambique looked as a balanced team, but without too many stars. I mentioned that Cantana. While Cameroon rely on individual quality. But sorry to say, in my opinion, a little bit not enough organized. But anyway, when the match is finished with a victory, everything is going back on. It's forget it. That about the Mozambique, Cameroon, Gabon, Ivory Coast. Since it was a funny situation, and I have a big question mark at 2-0. The Gabon coach, which is called Moyoma, I believe, was still playing open. See, here is the difference between coaches and coaches. At 2-0, you have to do something to close the game. Even the people will be not happy. It happens to me in Africa many times. People were not happy, but on the last, the result remain. People will forget beautiful. If you want to look to beautiful things, go to opera, to movies. In football, you have to get the points. This is my let's call it
your philosophy.
Yeah. And I was happy for Guessin, which scored the equalizer 2-2, because I like this boy from Nice. Emma knows very well that I have my boy, your international Terem Moffi, in Nice, and I was being invited there, and I watch it. Guessin, it's younger than Terem boy, but very, very good qualities, physicality, and even header, amazing, and he scored by header as well. So that about Ivory Coast. It's Ivory Coast. Great players.
Yeah.
Great individuals. Okay, that it about the first two matches. Now, regarding Equatorial Guinea and Algeria, it was looking like Equatorial Guinea was, before the first whistle, losing the game. They enter without confidence, without.
Why did you say that?
Because they looked like a team beaten already from the beginning.
Oh, psychology.
Psychology and let's say the impact of the names of Algerian players. Even the coach Petkovic, it's a good coach. He was coaching Switzerland for a long time, so nobody will be in charge of such kind of teams for a long time if he had no value. But suddenly Guinea was out of the game, excepting that crazy goal of Nsue, which have to be put it on their national TV every day. Believe me, something amazing.
It's one of the best goal of the tournament so far.
Exactly, yeah. Okay, about Sudan, Burkina Faso. During my spell in Ghana, I meet Kwesi. Kwesi is a very nice guy, a good coach. But my experience with Sudan is like I played twice against them, friendlies, using almost kids, almost under 17 players. They came with all their stars. The two games were played in Asmara in Eritrea, friendlies. One, we beaten them 1-0. The second one, we drew 1-1. And what I saw in that time was confirmed yesterday evening. From the half of the pitch, they build up well, they communicate, they get chances, but on their own half, they are disaster. They doesn't know to close the spaces. They doesn't know to communicate with each other. And if you remember the second goal scored by Kouassi, it was like in the courtyard. He went, the defenders were just looking, which is not admitted in such level. So that is about Sudan. About Burkina, they have also some good individuals, but they look a little bit better as functional block and as organization. So that about the games.
So from you, if you have to, let's say you bring these games, let's use the Cameroon Mozambique game because Mozambique created a lot of chances, but just weren't taking it. If you're going to do a correction to to that game, what would you have changed if you were the coach? What would you have done different? And then for the Gabon game, you're leading 2-0 and you're playing open. What exactly would you have done different to make sure you keep your victory?
Okay, let's start with Mozambique. Mozambique, they look like the winners up to a point.
Yeah.
But suddenly, when they concede the goal, they became scary. Now, in such moment, the coach should came with substitution because the intelligence is not on the bench, should be on the pitch. You have to have a good communicator inside the squad. I mean on the pitch. Who knows? You have to predict things. You have to know how to deal with the situation. Because they were surprised. I saw they lost their confidence, they lost their way to play, giving to Cameroon the chances to. Okay, the goal of Kofane was on the fantastic shoot, but as I said before, the defender of Mozambique, whatever defender or midfielder, I don't know exactly, and it's not so important. He tried to hold the ball too much, which is not professional. So he have to clear it. In that area, is very dangerous. Regarding Gabon, Ivory Coast, as I say, at 2-0, you have to close the game. And to give you example, I played under 17, Zambia at home. We won 1-0 by great chance. They can score 4 or 5 goals against us. We are lucky. When we get to Lusaka for the second round, I saw in the newspaper that their coach was saying already we booked the tickets for the final tournament because it was an accident. What happened in Asmara will won by sure. And when they ask me, I say we'll defend and play just on 2 lines in 35-40 meters. While when the game starts, we get full attack, we score in minute 4. I had already two defensive players on warm-up from the beginning of the game. I substitute even the scorer. The people start shout on me and cursing me from the stands. They say, are you crazy? You substitute the scorer. But in such way, we close more. We had already 2-0. They should score 3 goals. We score another one, and the match was finished when they didn't know what happened. They were still confused. They couldn't believe that the underdog can do such kind of thing. So that's why I'm saying that, for me at least, Africa it's El Dorado, professional El Dorado, because you can do things in Europe. It's difficult people to accept such kind of things because, look, Emma, you know very well. In Europe, if you change a player, if you substitute a player in minute 15, 20, people get mad. You destroy this player psychologically. In Africa, you can do it, and nothing bad happens. If you are smart enough to inform the players that it's not about a person, it's about the group. You don't take a player in a wrong way. You just want to win the game. He will have another chance. He will be the one to maybe to qualify you. But the idea is to just to get the result, because it's the only thing that counts, the result. So
Coach,
let me, sorry, please, Edafe, sorry about that. Real quick. I'm sorry, Coach, but I'm just gonna take you back like one notch backward, because you were very, very clear on the Gabon match, but I'm afraid that the very first one, Edafe asked you the Cameroon match and Equatorial Guinea. You did not specifically tell the people what you would have done. You said perfectly what you would have done differently in the Gabon game, but you did not say especially what you would have done in the Equatorial Guinea game. That was the question. What specifically would you have done?
Sorry, I got a little bit to Gabon, Ivory Coast, forgetting to point out. So in that game, first of all, you have to give the players the confidence that they can do it. As a coach, because to get back to own example, before traveling with Eritrea 18 to Nairobi to play Kenya, the Ministry of Sport told me, man, if you lose 2 different, I'm okay. Because Kenya, when they count us, they beaten us 3, 4, 5 difference. So 2, it's okay. And I told him, man, I'm not going to lose the match. I'm playing to win. And he started laughing. We get to Nairobi. It's a long story, but I try to make it short. On the way to the stadium, the Kenyan fans, they show us 10 fingers. Like, we'll get 10. The players were shaking. When we enter on the gate, they were supercars. And they asked, they belong to who? To Kenyan players. It was Denis Oliesh, Onyango, anyhow, the captain. It was the captain of Orlando Pirates, a tall guy, a center back. And they start saying, "Oh, we have just 2 bikes among us in our team." And I say, "Man, boys, is not the cars to play. You have to play. There are 90 minutes. You can get in these 90 minutes history for yourself and for the country." And when we enter in the pitch, I told them, because they say, "Oh, but that captain," they were checking the licenses with the referees. And
Yeah.
when the captain of Kenya entered, they say, "Wow, look at him." And I told them, "He's tall, yeah? But he's lanky. He couldn't be speedy as tall he is." And I told you are like rockets. Even the Muhammad, the right winger, were called Soyuz, Russian rocket. He was very speedy. And I told him, you have to hold yourself, because even the left back of them, I got some information, was upfield always. And I told this one, stay, don't run, stay, you have to be fresh. And we scored through him 2 goals. We won the match 2-1. And after the match, they were looking one to the other, don't believing that they could do it. And it was something more. If we go to funny stories, they were the refs from Malawi, and at 1-1, it was a cross from the right. The Kenyan defender took my center back and threw him on the ground. The ref whistled. I was clapping. It's a free kick for us. It was penalty for Kenya.
Wow.
Yeah. And Oliesh missed it. The ref, I did a stupid mistake. I assume it. I enter in the pitch and I start cursing him. They took me off. Free penalty kick, miss it. He let the game play. We scored 2-1. The linesman asked him to come to remind him to give me red card. It was minute 63, 64, like. And I want to move to the stands. The VIP people of the stands, because it was the VIP area. They start throwing shoes, umbrellas, bottle of water on me. It was Bernard Lama, the former, Emma, the guy, very well.
Yeah.
The former keeper of France and Marseille. It was
Yeah.
the cool. And he started begging them, please, let him go, let him go. During that time, I was asking my staff and the captain, you have 25, 26 minutes. Please send the ball to Tanzania, to Uganda. Believe it. The most tired in the pitch, they were the ball boys. Because when they came, the ball got back on the stands. And we won the game 2-1. Everybody was shouting on me, it's not football, it's not what it is, that is not okay. And I told them, man, on the newspaper and on the news, it was because in Europe people were saying, it's impossible, it's a mistake, check again. Eritrea to beat Kenya and Nairobi is not possible. Even the minister of sport of Eritrea hid himself. He was ashamed. When we reached back and they put us flowers like, that Hawaii style. I was looking for him, he was not there. So that is the beautiness of African football, especially for me. I couldn't find, even in Asia, even in Europe, because I moved Germany. I was a little bit in UK, working in Spain. It's different. Maybe in a previous life I was African. I don't know. Because I feel myself, I feel myself at home in Africa more than anywhere.
Now, Coach, there's something that is always confusing. So for a European who feels a lot more African than even some of us who are Africans, I want to ask you this question. A lot of Europeans like to use this term. The African Cup of Nations is a small tournament. There's a certain Jamie Carragher who like to say that, and a lot of others. I mean, Jurgen Klopp said it one time. So it's almost a general consensus that the Europeans think the African Cup of Nations is a small tournament. In your own opinion, you've tried to qualify, you missed it by whisker to Angola.
Yeah, exactly.
What does the African Cup of Nations mean to you, in your own words?
Okay. So, as the one participating to under 17 continental tournament in Togo, okay, keeping the proportions, because the one in Ghana, I was not there. I watch it on TV, and the other many others, many AFCONs. The issue is just on organization and broadcasting. Otherwise, the level of the competition is very high. The only point is that you have to be more careful in organization. It's not a blame, it's just advice. Because I was in 24. Yeah, I was in Germany and I watched a lot of games in the final tournament of European national teams. Romania was participating as well. So the organization, it's on the highest level possible. Ticketing, how to get your seat in the stands, security, everything. It's on the highest level. People, I don't know, maybe they look just to that aspect. For me, if I stay in one leg and keep my hand on the fence to watch AFCON, I don't care about the seat, about the organization.
Wow.
You know? Because I love football and I love African football and African players especially. Because you see, in Africa you can find a rough diamond everywhere. And that is the greatest thing to work as a coach in Africa.
In other words, I mean, Edafe, I think what coach is trying to let us know the difference between the AFCON and then our so-called counterparts in Europe when they try to make us inferior is probably because they have that razzmatazz in terms of organizational structures and stuff.
Exactly, yeah.
And which in real fact is what I think AFCON has tried to do in the last two editions, talking about the one in Cote d'Ivoire and now Morocco, trying to uplift, and we're getting better at that. But in terms of the play itself, coach is saying to us the AFCON tournament and the African players are some of the best you can get anywhere in the world. If I'm right, coach.
I agree with.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, coach. So let's look at the teams. 24 teams in this tournament, and you look at yourself and like, there's going to be a lot of surprises. For me, DR Congo has surprised me. I wasn't expecting them to come up strong as they have done. Even Mozambique, no matter what we say, and then Angola and a few other teams. Coach, which are the teams you look at and you say these teams have progressed in terms of the quality of their play, their tactical approach, and which other teams do you think are struggling as we go into the round of 16 from tomorrow, I think, or the day after tomorrow?
Okay, so as tactical level, there are good things and bad things. I mean, the functional block, the distance between the last defender and the most advanced attacker is still too high. If you look to European top teams, also national teams, you see they are in 45, 50 meters maximum. Here the distance it's like 70, 75, too much distances between the compartments. So that it's a thing belongs to the coaches. You have to take the risk. Because you see, if you get a team like like let's say Cameroon. You have great players. It's easy. They are educated. They have the basics of the tactics. It's easy to put them on short, but it's too risky as well. As they play 3-4-1-2, those three center backs, let's call it center back defenders, they should be on top, communicate on the highest level, which is not easy. So to be covered as a coach, you let the distance to be big. If you want to play gegen pressing as my idol club, it's call it. You have to press and win the ball in the opponent half of pitch, which is not easy if the team is long. When the team is short, you can get it very, very easy because you go with at least 3 players on pressing and you can regain the ball and get a clear opportunity. Okay, then what is surprised me still, it's that there are too many individual mistakes. For example, my friend and co-national Marinica, the coach of Zimbabwe, did his job good, very good, if you look to the past. But he lost the last game through individual mistakes, which is not in his hand to manage. What you can do as a coach, and I have the experience, you have to avoid the ball to come in a dangerous area, close to your own goal. But to do that, you have to get time to work with the team to learn them how to manage the situation. Otherwise, on attacking build up and attacking, the level is fantastic in AFCON. Super goal scored, get superiorities in small areas of the pitch. They proceed to play one for the other, to create spaces, to pass to one to the other. That it's belong to great football. But in the own half of pitch, there are still many troubles.
So, coach, have you seen the Nigerian team play so far? I mean, we've played 3 games. Have you watched any of our games?
All of them.
Okay, so good. Now let's talk. Let's bring it home to the Nigerian team. We went into this tournament struggling during the World Cup qualifiers. We're struggling. We couldn't score a lot of goals apart from the Benin game. We also were conceding in every game. We're still conceding. But it seems like, in my opinion, maybe it's a layman opinion, I want your expert opinion. In my own opinion, I think that we're doing better in this tournament than we did during the World Cup qualifiers. But, every time you see a team concede goals, you're afraid that we're going to meet a team that will not allow us to score and then scores because we always concede and the game is over. So, structure-wise, in the Nigerian team, what can be improved in the way the Nigerian structure? Because right now you talked about the distance. I never thought about that. The compactness of the team from 50 meter to 70, 75 meter. Analyze the Nigerian team from the 3 games that you've seen and tell me where we're strong and where we're weak and what can be improved.
You see, a team like Super Eagle, it's on the hand of the coach, just manager, whatever, coach, how it calls, for a very short time. So it's very difficult to manage some issues like the compactness, the shortness of the functional block. So everything, in my opinion, it belongs, because you see, when you play with your defense line at 35, 40 meters, the goalie should be at least on the edge of the penalty box or 5-6 meters farther upfield. You couldn't do this just in 4-5 sessions of training. Only if you are a crazy coach and get the risk to do it. Crazy like that it's a problem. Okay, when you'll play against Senegal, against Ivory, against Algeria, Egypt, then, as you say, it will be a little bit more evident. Any mistake, it costs you the exit. So it's only the communication between the players, the group spirit, that can manage this inside the pitch, because you have some of the best players in the team. Let's look to Ademola. Let's look to Victor. Let's look to Alex, Iwobi, to Ndidi. So they are top players in the world. It's their duty to manage inside the pitch the tactical issues, because they have experience. They were working with the best coaches in the world. As a coach, for me, let's suppose I'm going to coach Nigeria for this next matches. What could I do more than explain to them on the theoretical way? Okay, this it's reported to the opposition, qualities and weaknesses as well, and there are people to study and to give you all the insights. But you couldn't manage as a coach maybe 55-60% that issue. All the others should be managed by the players, because they represent one of the greatest countries in the world. They are not representing I don't know what island. They should be conscious that they have a great duty to their people, to their fans, their families. That should be, in my opinion, should be the way to manage, to lift the trophy, because the quality is there.
Edafe, I can't mix this one. Sorry, Edafe, I'm excited. You know me when my body don't depara. I'm excited about something. Coach, when you were talking, you did mention something just now. You talked about Ademola Lookman, you talked about Osimhen, you talked about Iwobi being world players. And someone in Africa talking about Rigobert's song. That's why I told you that my body will para. In Africa, talking about Rigobert's song, said specifically that Osimhen and Ademola Lookman are not world-class players. Please, can you tell us your honest opinion, Coach? I want to hear
you. Say so?
Rigobert's song. You know Rigobert's song? He's an icon. He's an African icon. He's a great legend, no doubt. He's played this part. We respect him. We love him. But for this word, my own past boost on him.
My brother, thank you so much. Let me tell you, I was on the short list for the Indomitable Lions in 2007. And in a conversation with a journalist, I came with the idea that Rigobert was still playing that time, that I want him in the staff in the way I will get the job. I want him in the staff, my assistant, my right hand. Why I told this? Because I don't want him in the pitch. He was still finished as a defender at that time.
Whoa.
And they got it like a bad idea, and like, this guy is mad. How to put our icon, our best player. Hey, I watched the tournament. If you remember, the final was between Egypt yes. and Cameroon. Who gave the ball to the scorer of the Egypt?
Rigobert's song.
Rigobert's song. So he said that I know Ademola. I know Ademola from Leipzig. I was in Germany. I was on Leipzig that time, and I was watching trainings. Even I was in England. You see the things, the karma. I was in England where he was with under 21 of England. Yeah, and he was top 3 among all those like Declan Rice and whoever was there. And Osimhen, who is saying that Osimhen is not world class? That guy is wrong. Sorry to say. He's wrong. He's wrong. Because he have some personality issues. But the personality issues are outside of the pitch. On the pitch, he is the top scorer. He's the one who can play against 3 defenders and beat them. I'm right? So what are we talking about? What
Sorry,
are we
please.
talking about? Waila Demola, sorry, Emma. Waila Demola was the one to score three goals against who? West Ham, I think. Or no, against Leverkusen. Against Leverkusen in the final of UEFA Cup. It's not all class. It is. Sorry.
In just one sentence, please. This is for my audience, or for the audience, for the world, coach.
Okay.
I just wanted to make it clear in one sentence, or in just one, just yes or no answer. Ademola Lookman, Victor Osimhen, are they world-class players?
Yes, of course.
Thank you.
I can shout more if you like.
Which strikers in this AFCON have stood out for you? If I say to you, can you give us 5 best strikers at the moment in this AFCON? Which strikers would you say stand out?
Let's call them attackers, because strikers, there is, of course, there is Victor Osimhen, there is Riyad Mahrez, Salah, 3, yeah? Salah, Mane, 4, and looking for the 5th one, is that Kofane.
Okay. They stood out for you so far.
Kofane is the style of Osimhen, but from more outside of the penalty box. He is moving outside of the penalty box more than Victor, which is not a blame. Each one of them have their own style and quality. Yeah. So.
All right.
Yeah,
that's beautiful. Now I'm going back to the Super Eagles because that's our primary constituent. You understand? Okay. We have our next game, which is a knockout game. It's not, it's a different game when you're playing at the group stage and when you are at the knockout stage. Now, what would be your advice for the Super Eagles going to the knockout stages? What would be your advice as a coach, technically?
Okay. In such kind of matches, is the day to decide. The day of the player, the day of the group. If they have the mindset to win the game, they will win it. If they are scared of anything around, they will be in trouble. So here, in my opinion, it's a big assignment for the coach to manage. He have to give them the mindset. When you analyze the opposition team, you have to find clearly the weaknesses, also the strength, because you have to close the strength and to use the weaknesses in your advantage. So that should be do it in a way that don't put too much pressure on the players. Of course, you have to give them exactly the circumstances of the game. And here you have to come, as I said earlier, you have to come with some unusual things. You have to put people from the country to talk about them, to say to them what they represent for Nigeria and what they can do for Nigeria. In such situation, they should be very conscious what they have to do in the pitch for themselves, for their families, for the country, and for the history of Nigerian football as well. Because you see, when Super Eagle won as you've been in Olympics, you and your generation, you are history. Even you don't do nothing. I'm talking because you do. Next that performance, you are a legend. So that they should understand. When you win a tournament like AFCON for Nigeria, you'll be remembered forever. They have to
Absolutely.
sing. They have to
Absolutely.
sing about it. Yeah.
And even right now, the most amazing thing is it's not just being a legend. We have a president of a country that turns into a billionaire immediately. Now there is money with it too, you know. Back in
Yeah.
our days, you be a legend, we clap, we live forever. Thank you very much. But today, you be a legend and you have so much money from the president himself. So yeah, they have much more now, you know.
And if he's telling you no challenge, what you do?
You know, but something, sorry coach, something again I needed. I normally we have another session that we're bringing in iconic goalkeepers to come and discuss, but I can't help but discuss this with, even though peripherally with you, because you are a well-traveled coach, not just a well-traveled coach, but you're very grounded in the job as well. You
Thank
know
you so
your
much.
onions, your record speaks for you. Have you been satisfied with the level of goalkeeping in this AFCON so far, the goalkeepers now?
Not at all.
Thank you. Thank you.
Not at all.
Thank you. Thank you. All above none. It's been very average, right?
Very average. And worse than that, and they are not commanding.
Thank you.
They are not commanding. They are just on the line of the goal. Mostly. They didn't act.
Waiting for the ball to come and get into the net.
Yeah. Which is not of nowadays. That it's long time ago kind of goalkeeping.
Yeah. Because
By the way,
I share the same sentiment. I
by
think the goalkeeping
by the
in
way,
the entire AFCON have been very, very below average, in my opinion. Just one or two
exactly.
goalkeepers keeping at average, actually. But generally it's been very below average. I'm sure I'll have well, we have to dedicate another part of this podcast to that, But having said that, coach, we have these bullet questions where we ask.
Please,
So I'm going to ask you some very straight bullet questions.
please.
Can you name three countries that you would predict, in your opinion, based on what you have seen so far, your three favorite countries to win this AFCON?
Okay.
Based on your calculation, based on what you have seen so far.
So don't take it as
No. It's your opinion. It's based on what you think,
because
based on what you have seen.
I'm not totally outside of the question. I have my preferences, and you know what I mean. So
Yeah.
it's Nigeria.
I know that's your sentimental preference.
It's Nigeria. Then it's Algeria.
They're playing fantastic football. They're playing
Yeah,
some
yeah,
crazy,
yeah,
fantastic football.
yeah. And the third one, it's between Morocco and Egypt.
Okay, but I'm going to ask because there's a surprise for me so far. I want you to talk about them. I don't know if you've seen them play, but
I
there's a
saw.
surprise for me. I'm talking about Democratic Republic of Congo. I think they have demonstrated some serious surprise strength in this tournament. I watched them play, and then
You are
I
right.
actually saw a great improvement from the Congo that eliminated us from the World Cup qualifier and the Congo in the AFCON. They've been amazing, short
Okay,
of amazing. So, what do you think about them?
okay. The fact is that I was applying for the job some years ago, and I was studying how they were in that moment, and I was looking to how they are now. They improved too much because before they were playing not football, they were playing something like tennis. Each one to show up how good he is. Now with the Sabra, they are much better, but they still had no the envergure, And I'm afraid that on eliminatories they will fail. Yeah, they are very good looking. They are very good looking, but when you play weak opposition and they are surrendering from the beginning of the game, it's much easier. But when the pressure is on you, will be not easy. I don't say that they couldn't perform, but in my opinion, it will be very difficult for the coach to motivate them to get through the trophy.
All right. Another question I would like to ask you is this. Now, if for instance, as a coach, you're looking for a job and you've made your calculations, you want to make a world impact. You want the world to know you. You want the world to hear you. Which three African countries, or out of these three African countries, tell me the one country you believe when you coach, I mean, basically just by coaching them, you're already 75% known around the world and you stand a better chance of making a world impact. I mean, between Egypt, Senegal, Nigeria, out of these three countries, which is the one country that is fastest, you believe is the fastest to get you world recognition as a coach?
Okay, so let's take out Senegal because it's a French country. My French is not so performant. Even the football there, it's on a high level. Let's talk about Egypt and Nigeria. As I was on the short list for both to get the manager job. I'm speaking Arabic as well. I can communicate with media, with players, but with all the excuses, there are a lot of inside troubles. I don't want to say more. Even the people were stopping me on the street because, with under 17 of Eritrea, I eliminate Egypt. And people were stopping on the street. Mudareb Nak, how they call it in our coach, our future coach. It's difficult to manage that team, that country. I don't want to say more. Nigeria is Nigeria. You know very well that I was almost dying by malaria in Nigeria.
Yeah.
But
But you still love the country. You love the
I
pepper
love
soup.
the country, I love the people, I love the football of Nigeria and everything is related to Nigeria.
But Nigeria is also, I mean, there is no country, let's be honest here, there is no country in Africa or probably in the world that does not have its inner problems. Nigeria is not devoid of that as well.
Yes.
Let us be honest about that. Nigeria is not smooth sailing for any coach.
Of course.
But my question was typically, I was asking the question in terms of the manpower, the players that this country, the talent inherent in these countries. Which of them you think would have been easier for you to coach to achieve success, to beat everybody in the world, probably even win the World Cup, win the AFCON, win the Olympics and things like that? Which country do you think, based on the level of talent, qualities that is in those countries, you think can get you the fastest result, world recognition?
From far Nigeria. From far Nigeria. Because if you look around the world, there is no country where don't be at least, let's say, 5-10 Nigerian players in their leagues. Apart of that, I had a speech with a Ghanaian journalist. He got upset on me because he asked me comparing Ghanaian football and Nigerian football, which one is better? And I thought, okay, let's go aside this question. And he asked me about the players. And I say, from far Nigeria. Why? Because in Ghana, if you don't play football, even you can live somehow in a level. Working in a, I don't know, supermarket, in a hotel, whatever. While in Nigeria, if you don't play football, you are nobody.
Or not.
If you play football, you are a star. And you get the chance to move to much,
Football is a way of life, basically, in Nigeria.
It's the best way of life in Nigeria. In Africa, basically, but in Nigeria, it's more than anywhere.
Edafe.
That's why, to me, Nigerian players and Nigerian people, generally speaking, are on my heart. Okay, excepting Eritrea. Eritrea, it's a small country, but you couldn't compare. You couldn't compare. But when I been working, I had working spells. There are two countries that are more than any other in my heart: Eritrea, Nigeria, or opposite, Nigeria, Eritrea. Yeah.
Coach, like we say, don't just watch AFCON, talk about it, leave it, deliberate about it, get involved in it. Because AFCON, for us, it's not just a football competition. It's a mix of culture, food, music. What African really embodies is what AFCON is. This is our carnival. Other continents have their football competition. We have our football carnival. And in this carnival,
Yeah.
we come with everything. Like you said, in Egypt, because you beat their under 17, they were already calling you their future coach. And I'm sure that you've seen us, the way we dance, the way our music goes, our food. Sorry about the malaria, but I mean, that's our way of welcoming people. Malaria is our way of welcoming people. When you look at players, now let's talk about individual players. Can you name a few players that have stood out for you in this AFCON? Players that you look at them and you say, I mean, Osimhen is already a global superstar, but
Yeah.
then there are new ones coming up. Who are the new young players that you're seeing in this tournament that you say, given time, this player would rule the world?
Okay, I will start with Tapsoba of Burkina Faso. It's a player. I was watching him live maybe 5-6 times with Leverkusen in Germany. And I thought 2 years ago that this will become one of the greatest center backs in the world. He have all the qualities and even the mindset. And in Germany, the environment educate you to be
True.
very, very clinical and don't do things to expose yourself and the team. Okay, it's that Kofane of Cameroon, which, as I said, it's a kind of Victor Osimhen, more from outside the box. I like too much that Catano of Mozambique, number 10, the one who
Mozambique, yeah.
scored the. Yeah. Okay. No, from Gabon, there is Kanga, I think. The one who scored the opener. A good player. Crasso of Ivory Coast. Gesand, I spoke already about him. Then let's take, Mahrez and those guys of Algeria. Diaz. And for Morocco, you have to say half of the team from Morocco because they're
now, coach.
Sorry, but it's amazing, Coach. I'm sorry, Edafe. Hello, Edafe. Sorry. It's amazing, Coach, that you did not mention any player from Nigeria. Because I was waiting to hear an Onyedika.
I'm going to. I took it from the
But
north.
you sounded like you had finished.
I took it from the north to south. Be patient. So, Nigeria, it's Ndidi, who don't need more words to. It's Ndidi, it's Onyedika. I like him so much. It's Iwobi, the London guy.
Amazing.
Yeah. Chukwueze, Ademola. Also, Nigeria and Morocco, you have to mention at least half of the first 11 because they are superstars. Then, I don't know, from South Africa.
Previously,
maybe, please.
Yeah,
I'm hearing.
previously in a lot of the AFCON we've seen wonderful goalkeepers. Thomas Nkono, Joseph Antoine Bell, Silva from Senegal, Vincent Yama, Peter Rufai. And we always have good goalkeeper. The guy from DRC, Democratic Republic of Congo,
Yeah.
Kibamba was his name. I've forgotten his name now, but and it's Umelo Nkune from South Africa, Andrese from South Africa as well, Edward Ansa from Ghana many years ago. But lately, I think in this AFCON, we've not really seen an exceptional goalkeeper, apart from the goalkeeper from Egypt. I think the Egyptian goalkeeper was exceptional. I've been exceptional in this tournament. We've not seen goalkeepers that have been exceptional, goalkeepers that stood out. What do you think is the reason for that? We're beginning to lose the strength of quality goalkeepers in African football.
Okay, can I start? Can I speak? Do you finish?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yes.
I like too much Bono when he was in Spain, the keeper of Morocco.
Morocco.
Now he became, let's call it, too comfortable. He's not acting like before. He's not commanding. In sorry to say, in Saudi Arabia, you don't have to work too much to get your money. It's more simple to get your money than in Spain. The goalkeeper of Egypt, it's a good goalkeeper. I like as well the goalkeeper of Zimbabwe, which is called something. I forgot the name. Arura, something like 40 years old. Very good command, but he lost his abilities, his physicality. The one of Williams, it's called, I think. The one of South Africa.
South Africa.
And just I couldn't mention the others. Okay. Your goalkeeper, Super Eagle goalkeeper, it's okay. It's a good goalkeeper, but as I said before, it's too quiet. It's too on the line of the goal. On my mind and my request of goalkeeper, he have to act like a last defender to help the team. That is the problem I think in AFCON. They are just goalkeepers. They didn't get the risk to be the last defender. That is creating emulation in the team. You have one man over. You can play a different. And by the way, there is a goalkeeper in under 21 of Schalke. The guy, let me remember, it's Cameroonian basically, but born in Germany. He's playing at 30 meters far of his goal. Usually he's there. I have a picture. I will send it to Emma. That guy, it's amazing. Okay. So that is the way of football now. You should play like. Look to Neuer. Look to. There is another one in Germany. Okay, but that is the way of coaching and developing the keepers. If you forget them in the goal line, it's useless.
Coach, one of the biggest problem in African football is coaching training. We don't do enough of training for coaches, so we recycle the same coaches. How do we improve on that? How do we improve the training of coaches? Because we don't all have to go to Europe to go get UEFA licenses. How do we train our coaches to become the best coaches in the world, understand the modern technologies, the modern techniques and modern philosophies of the game?
Yeah, I got the question. Look, here it's something I like to point out. Some people are not agreeing with. Coaching, it's like painting like writing books, like poetry. You have to be born with certain quality to be a good coach. You can get 100 licenses. Not the licenses are coaching. It's you as a person, as a character, as personality to coach the players. You have to go, especially in Africa, you have to go to the mind and to the heart of the players. If you're not able to do this, you couldn't perform. You see, there are so many coaches with great CV in Europe coming to Africa and they fail. Why? Because they are not able to come to the mind of the African players. They are used with the players. You just show them the blackboard or the videotape. They go and they win the match for you. In Africa, no, you have to work on basics, even on national team players. You have to give them the mindset to have the self-confidence to fight with anyone, individually and as a group. So I know a lot of African coaches that studied in Germany, in Spain, in France, and they're saying, "Oh, I was 1 month in Köln." It's for nothing. If you don't have the passion, the talent to be a coach, it's for nothing. So, my opinion, you have to select them on some certain criteria, the coaches. Are you agreeing with me?
Yes, I do. I do agree with you. And so, because of the time that you spent in Africa, do you think that an African coach needs to go get training in Europe, like get a UEFA license to be a coach in Africa, or what? Do we need, like you said, you have to love it, you have to have it on the inside of you. It doesn't matter what the certificate or the degree is. But we
Yeah,
also need the certificate to work. Do you
sure.
think African coaches need to go get UEFA licenses to coach?
Of course, of course. If you have the quality to be a coach, you couldn't be by yourself. You need to go to study. And the best places to study are in the Western Europe, as everybody knows. And you have to come with your own organization, because you couldn't coach, let's say, like Klopp Liverpool, because you have not the infrastructure, not the staff, not the quality of the players. You have to get the information and adapt them to your circumstances.
Yeah, so what's some of your brightest memories coaching in Africa? What's some of the, apart from what happened with Eritrea, what's some of the brightest memories coaching across Africa that you would always remember? And if you get a job to come coach in Africa again, would you come back?
Okay, let's start with your last question. Of course, I will come,
Yes.
because I will get a lot of vaccinations to avoid malaria and other diseases.
Okay.
And regarding memories, I got fantastic memories everywhere I've been working. And Uganda, for example, I got a team on the relegation verge, and we won the league just with few new players. But it was the owner of the club. It was a guy who said, they asked him, "Oh, you got that white man, you pay him a lot of money. Why?" And the guy was saying very simple, "I'm not a coach. I don't know football. My businessman smell told me that this guy will be the one, because he chose me between three CVs, a Belgian guy, an Italian, and Eastern poor European Romanian. And he chose me. Last, he say, you know why I choose you? Because you're beating Kenya twice with Eritrea. That was the main argument. Because, they yeah. And
I get it.
yeah. And he don't enter in my job. He give me all the freedom to do my job. And Uganda, it's a special place to work because there are guys owning the clubs, having the full power with the refs, with another things. But we did it against all the odds. In Kenya, sorry to say, but the things were very bad to me. Not seriosity, we talked something, I found different things. Even the CEO of the club, 2 years later, I left. He was sacked, and he told me, you were out from the airplane before you reached Kenya. Political things, tribalistic things, financial things, and so. That it's a bad memory for me. Then in Ghana, I don't know if you have knowledge who is Alhaji Grusa.
No.
Do you know?
No, I don't.
Alhaji Grusa, it's a short guy, the owner of King Faisal Babes. There is a humoristic movie done about Alhaji Grusa. Alhaji Grusa, it was a monument of Ghanaian football, and we worked very well together. I put him out from the dressing room twice. He said, never happened to me, because he was asking, put this player, don't put this one. And I managed to cool him down. And we still are friends. Yeah, even he have to pay me some money. But that is not a problem. This job, I did it not for money just. I did it with passion, I did it with love. When you have players, you watch them on TV, and you remember that you took them from that parking lot. Nobody know them. They were without shoes. And now they are superstars. It's a fantastic achievement.
My brother, Coach, let me ask real quick, because we're winding down now. You've
Please.
been everywhere, from Africa to Asia to Europe to everywhere, but I'm very particular about Africa. Adia, can you name for us three dishes, 3 meals, kind of meals that you remember from Africa that you love, you never forget? 3 of them.
One is drink. I will start with. You remember we're together and we bought palm wine. And I got ill from
Yeah, I
drinking.
remember you. Yeah, from drinking palm wine.
Okay. Then it was Mama Soup. You remember Mama Soup?
Pepper soup.
Mama Soup. We were in the hotel. That lady who was cooking.
Who was cooking? Yeah.
It was not African dish. The dish, I love it. It was fufu.
Whoa.
Whoa.
This is a proper Nigerian man.
Yeah. And also, the fourth one, it was the KFC chicken paid by the barrister Paul. You remember we destroyed him. He paid like $80. No, the African food. I believe that I ate a forest of pineapple in Africa. A full forest of pineapple. Mango, bananas.
Everything, yes, we have everything.
Yeah. No, believe me, I'm your brother. I'm African.
Now, somebody, when we started that podcast, I called you human being, and somebody wrote me a message and said, "Why did you call him human being?" Can you tell them how human being became your name? Tell them the story.
Okay, I was together with you and your lovely daughter, and she say that it's human being, and you ask her why, and he say because he look not like us. He's different.
Yeah. That was my daughter. She used to call white people human beings. So when she saw you say, hey, Daddy, look at that
human being. She's a lady, you know. I would like to greet her.
She was very tiny then, about 3, 4, 10. Yeah. Edafe, do you have any rounding up questions?
No. I've enjoyed myself.
I think someone that would have greatly enjoyed this podcast was the same person we interviewed yesterday, Sammy, because he is echoing everything Sammy was saying about the game yesterday, closing up the gap, the defense, everything. Coach just broke it further down to us today. It's like both of them are very, very much in sync. He just broke everything down. It's really been awesome having you. I'm just going to ask you one very last question before we go off on this podcast.
Please.
Already you've given us, you've shared your thoughts about the Super Eagles, right? But now, what are your thoughts about the AFCON now in general? The AFCON in general. What are your thoughts about the AFCON, and what will be your advice moving forward for the AFCON?
Okay. What I have seen up to now, it's a much better tournament than before. Okay. Consider it that Morocco, it's also a country with tradition in football, and they have also the infrastructure to host such kind of competition. And as you said, the level of happiness on the people, on the fans, how they support, and it's nothing new. This was always.
It's our tradition, African tradition.
Yeah, but to me, it's a real enjoyment to see how people are getting together to enjoy this tournament. Because you see, they were Equatorial Guinea fans close to Algerian fans, Sudan close to Burkina, and so. That is in fact the first target of such kind of tournament, to gather people together and to let them enjoy the life. Because football is life. What happened in football is related to life in all the ways.
You're right.
Yeah.
All right, that's awesome. But now the advice now moving forward for AFCON. What would you like to see maybe in the next AFCON? What would be your advice?
To have me as a coach in one African team. to improve the level of the tournament. I'm joking.
Yeah, I know.
No, organization in all the levels, on the federation, on the teams, effectively on the squads, to be a fair and good selection among the players, to give them the chance to expose themselves in the best position and with best abilities they can put on. The refs, okay, let's talk about the refs. They were too much better than before, up to now, what I've seen.
I think so too.
Yeah. It's a very important point.
They've acquitted themselves very well so far.
Yeah. It's a very important point, because, my previous experience, they were very good and very bad on the same time with the refs. But now I didn't saw mistakes, to decide the result through a ref mistake. I didn't saw something.
That's beautiful. I'm sure when we started, you heard when I called my brother here the Oracle. I'm sure you were thinking, why does he call him the Oracle? But I'm sure now you know why I call him the Oracle. Are you not surprised he knows a lot about you? A lot of the things he said about you and where you worked. I'm sure you were thinking, how? That's why we call him the Oracle.
If I can call you my friend from today on, I will be very honored.
Yeah, I'm your friend.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach. I'm your friend.
Thank you too.
And thanks for your
Thank you
love
too.
for
Thank
Africa.
you
It is
too.
an oracle. And thank you so very much. Thank you so very much, Coach Dorian Marin, for giving us your perspective. And what makes your perspective unique is the fact that it's an unadulterated and it's not sentimental. It's an expert opinion from a European, who's very vast in African football. So you give a very different perspective, and it's really really sinking. It really sunk in very very well. And thank you so much for gracing us. I hope next time when we call on you, you will avail us with that opportunity of your expertise. And it seems like you've put in a lot of applications because you love Africa so much. While you've been talking, I've been counting. Here you had an application there, almost there, almost there. By the grace
Thank
of
you
God,
so
I
much.
believe someday very soon it will click so that we can have you on the hot seat also in Africa. I mean, podcast was not there then when you were coaching, but now podcast is there. If you are not doing
Thank you
well,
so
trust
much.
me and this man will be fire on you, coach. Just you need to know that
Thank you
now.
so much.
But we look forward to you having the job. And as usual, the Oracle himself, thank you so much. You are really, really overworked. You won't believe it, coach, that this man was 11 hours on the road, and here he is on this podcast now as well. It's been an amazing ride with him. Thank you so very much. And hey, guys,
Thank
we
you
told
too,
you
and
we
appreciate too much.
we always deliver 10 times. You want to say
Exactly.
something, coach?
Just I want to thank you so much to all of yours, including the lady. And hopefully we'll see in person as soon possible.
By the grace of God Almighty,
With the
absolutely.
grace of God, yeah.
Hey guys, like we always told you, special delivery delivers 10 times out of 10. You heard it from no other person than a highly respected tactician across Africa and the globe, from Romania, Dorian Marin. My name is Emmanuel Babayaro, but you can call me the Godfather and you will not be mistaken. In what I go, see you on the next episode. Maza, coach, can you
Thank
do
you
that?
so much. Thank you.
Can you do that,
May God
coach?
bless
Can you do that for me? Just say Maza.
Maza.
Thank you very much.
Thank you
Thank
so
you very
much.
much.